A society built on love and compassion in a secluded valley, surrounded by vast mountains, there existed a town known as Bright Hope. Although small on the map, the town's heart was filled with life and warmth. The town's origins went back to times of war, poverty, and famine. Back then, people were disconnected, and hope was nearly extinguished. But one wise elder, Halim, gathered the people and said, "If you unite with love, this valley will bloom with hope." From that moment, every individual laid down a brick, contributing with love, to build a new society. Over the years, this place became a symbol of compassion, unity, and humanity. At the heart of this community was Nora, a 75-year-old woman who had been raised with love and patience. As an orphan, the entire village had taken her under their wing. Every day, she would tell stories to children and guide the youth with wisdom. "Where there is love, evil cannot grow," she often said. Nora was the bridge between generations. She brought peace to those around her, and loneliness disappeared when people were near her. Everyone in the town sought her counsel and left with their hearts lightened. One day, two new individuals arrived in town. One was Ryan, a man whose heart had been broken by betrayal, yet he still sought compassion. The other was Mark, a businessman driven by the pursuit of wealth and success. Ryan had seen hardship in his life. After hearing about Bright Hope, he came in search of a fresh start. Mark, however, saw this place as a potential business hub. In his mind, the beautiful town could become a tourist center, with hotels and investments. But this town wasn't measured by money, it was measured by the heart. Initially, Ryan did not believe in the kindness of the people around him. But over time, he began to witness the true warmth of the town. Children greeted him with smiles, and shopkeepers offered him kindness without expecting anything in return. One day, feeling ill, Ryan stayed home. His neighbor, Mary, a kindly woman, knocked on his door with hot soup and tea. "You're not alone here," she said softly. From that day on, Ryan began to see the town in a new light. It wasn't just a place, he could feel the love in every corner, and the emptiness in his heart began to fill. Mark, however, was still focused on building his wealth. He frequently held meetings with investors, discussing the potential for turning the town into a bustling tourist spot. But Nora sensed his intentions and called for a community meeting. During the gathering, she held up an old brick and spoke, "This brick was laid with love. If you replace it with money, this wall will fall. We don't need towers or gold. We need love." Mark was furious at her words, but that evening, he witnessed something that would change him forever. A mother, whose son was disabled, had fallen. The entire town, children, elders, and even strangers, came together to lift her up and carry her home. No one asked for anything in return. They acted purely from the heart. For the first time, Mark's heart wavered. Have I been chasing wealth all this time and missed the true riches of life? He thought to himself. Mark's ideas gained some traction with the youth. They dreamed of luxury, cars, and a more modern lifestyle. Meanwhile, Ryan volunteered at the town's library, helping children and offering his services for free. He had begun to truly love the place. Nora noticed the growing tension and called another meeting. She addressed the gathered crowd, "If you replace every brick with money, this town will become a lifeless monument." A large meeting was held in the center of the town. Everyone expressed their opinions. Mark spoke, trying to explain his vision of turning the town into a business hub. But Ryan, for the first time, stood up and spoke to the crowd, "I came here lost and broken, but this place returned my humanity. We can grow, but we must do it with love, not money." His words hit home for many. Mark stood there silently, realizing something deep within himself. Mark began to change. He stopped pushing for his business agenda and started helping with community projects. He taught young people about technology and how to make the most of their resources. He went to Nora and apologized. "I see now that the wealth I was after is not gold or land, but the peace that comes with a loving community." Nora smiled softly. "Every heart is unique, but there is room for love in every heart." A year later, Ryan became an integral part of the town. He taught at the local school and led community programs. Mark also opened an IT center but made sure every decision he made was guided by compassion. The two men became close friends, understanding each other's journeys and values. Bright Hope became known far and wide. Visitors came, but what they found wasn't just a beautiful town, it was a place where love and humanity flourished. This place wasn't just about living, it was about living with heart. "Where there is love, the community will always be strong," Nora would say, with a smile. And with that, Bright Hope became a symbol of compassion, not just in its valley, but in the hearts of millions across the world.